Hey guys, welcome to the Liberal Hive Mind, a channel solely focused on exposing the abundant hypocrisy of the left. And with that, the stage is set. Officially, the 2024 election narrative has been set. Maybe it's just going to be the way that it is now as we march into the digital age. Every 4 years, every American election is going to be less a battle of ideas and characters and more, a movie. An unbelievable theatrical play. 2016 was certainly that. 2020, I'd say up the ante, considering how many crazy things were going on and how everything was being manipulated. And now 2024, they're literally trying to jail their political opponent as they pretend to be fighting for democracy. It's a choice between good and evil, fascism or liberty, fascistic overthrow of elections or democracy. It's become arguably life or death. In a certain way, certainly for Donald Trump, it's all or nothing. It's either he wins or the country will never be the same again. The stage has been set for this one. The guilty verdict dropped 24 hours ago as I'm recording this video. We've already got some huge developments, some major breaking headlines. Let me show you guys exactly what's going on. We got some stuff to get into, so let's roll the tape. All right, friends, so let's first start off with the rocket guy. We have been on the edge of our seats waiting for Elon Musk.
Hey Veracity, welcome back to the channel. It's a girl VeraMoore and I'm back with another reaction video. Today I'm going to be reacting to Liberal Hive and we have It's Happening. Elon Musk finally joins Trump in fight against Joe Biden. Oh my gosh. So Elon Musk is finally on Trump's. Hey! Oh my goodness, can't wait to jump into the video. But before we get started, we have some amazing people watching us for the first time. If you're new to the channel, I am Vera. I do reaction videos. If this is something that you love, why not join Veracity? Hit the subscribe button below, turn on the post notification bell so that you can always be the first person to know whenever a new video drops. And that's, guys, let's get right into it.
To make a real strong statement about this election. After all, he's one of the most influential people on the planet, and certainly the most influential person on X, with nearly 200 million followers. But Elon is also an apolitical guy who prefers to stay neutral. He very rarely gives political statements, but apparently this was too much for even Elon. Kaneko the Great released a great tweet here. CNN senior legal analyst describes how the Trump conviction was a political hit job, linking to a story by The Intelligencer written by Eli Honig. This guy, the CNN legal analyst that we cover very often, he writes, prosecutors got Trump, but they contorted the law. Elon Musk retweeted this whole tweet and wrote, hard to view this as anything other than abuse of the law for political purposes. That tweet alone has 28 million impressions. 28 million with an M. So let's go back to what I said earlier. The election just started, right? Now is where the framing is in, the narrative, the story is in. It's this guy who believes this thing and this guy who believes this thing. Which side will you take? And on the first day, you have Elon Musk defending you to tens of millions of people, while also announcing that Elon Musk's X will stage a town hall with Donald Trump coming soon, which already, as I'm recording this video, has 55 million views or impressions. The election just started and Donald Trump just got amazing publicity that if he would have had to pay for would probably cost hundreds of thousands of dollars. Joe Biden might have unleashed a beast that he will not be able to cage. In terms of messaging, in terms of narrative building, how can Joe Biden possibly compete with what's going on in the Trump camp right now? It's not just Elon Musk who's...
But for real, it is quite surprising. Elon Musk actually posted Trump, his support for Trump. Really? Are you sure he's not putting his app in danger? Because, the opposing team, the Biden people, I'm sure they are not going to be happy about this. And they might end up closing their account on X. Oh my gosh.
About to open up his entire platform to Donald Trump and his cause, or his argument and his defense, and of course his vision for America. It's also on a fundraising front. The Trump team just announced this 24 hours later and almost $53 million raised online. In the 24 hours since crooked Joe Biden and his New York henchmen got their sham trial verdict, the Trump campaign has raised $52.8 million through online digital fundraising platforms. That's more than $2 million per hour, with more than 1/3 of these donors being new due to the campaign, it is clear that more and more Americans are seeing through the Biden election interference and joining President Trump in the movement to save our nation. Biden and his Democrat allies have turned our legal system into a political tool, and Americans from every corner of the country have had enough, said Susie Wiles and Chris Lasavita. This momentum is just getting started, and together, as President Trump stated perfectly, Americans will render the real verdict on November 5th. I mean, it is on. Finally, Donald Trump is no longer trapped in New York City. Honestly, it must feel a little bit freeing. He's now unlocked, unleashed, ready to tour the country, and boy, does he have the messaging campaign. And I think it's one that's going to be very powerful. I think a lot of people are going to be sympathetic to the Trump cause. I just don't see how Biden could end up benefiting from this. You know, like I've said previously, I think even if Donald Trump was guilty of this supposed campaign violation that got twisted and contorted into a felony charge, even if, most people don't care. Most people don't see it as a big deal. Most people probably have a very similar reaction. I feel like a lot of politicians have done this and gotten away with it, and it's never been a big deal. But now, because it's Trump, he should face 25 years in prison? No, just no. I think a lot of people feel as though they deserve a say, that their voices should be heard, that they, the people, should get to decide who becomes president, and not a crooked judge and partisan district attorney in Manhattan. You know, the people talking about democracy are the same ones intending on stripping the democracy experience. But the most idiotic part of this whole ordeal is the handing off of their most powerful tool. You know, Democrats worked years to put together this fear-mongering, save democracy talking point, this narrative that they've worked so hard to build. Well, they essentially just gave it all to Trump. He actually has a leg to stand on in making this argument of standing up against the shadowy cabal that's so intent of manipulating the outcome of this election. They tried impeaching him twice, pulling him off the ballot, and now they're trying to put him in prison in the midst of an election. You know, essentially everything that Rachel Maddow was telling us in the last election that Donald Trump was supposed to do. He's the supposed threat who's going to end elections as we know it and jail his political opponents, weaponize the DOJ. We all remember that. Well, now Trump can essentially campaign using the same talking points, except they actually pack substance, they pack a punch. And boy, is the Trump camp doing that. The left.
This is the Democrats' entire strategy, to confine President Trump to a dirty criminal courtroom and keep him off the campaign trail where he can bring his winning message to voters across this country.
New York has become a legal banana republic. They are so determined to get Donald Trump.
Look, convicting Donald Trump, that's all they have.
I think they have no cards, and they're depending upon Trump getting convicted.
This was done by the Biden administration in order to wound or hurt an opponent, a political opponent.
Mr. President, can you tell us, sir, Donald Trump refers to himself as a political prisoner and blames you directly. What's your response to that, sir?
Why is he smiling?
This is the final battle. With you at my side, we will...
I don't understand. Why was Biden smiling there? Like, what's so funny? Ugh.
Demolish the deep state. We will expel the warmongers from our government. We will drive out the globalists. We will cast out the communists, Marxists, and fascists. We will throw off the sick political class that hates our country. We will rout the fake news media, and we will liberate America from these villains once and for all.
Wow.
This is a manufactured criminal case.
Ridiculous charges.
What happened today was offensive to the Constitution.
They've never articulated the crime here.
Awaken a sleeping giant.
What the radical left Democrats are counting on is your silence and your submission.
No one's going to stop us. No one's going to slow us down.
And the only way for us to fight back successfully is to elect Donald Trump in November.
When President Trump came out and said the real verdict will be on November 5th, he couldn't be more right.
But don't get mad. Get motivated.
We will fight for our Constitution. This is long from over. Thank you very much.
Trump has so many visions for America. He has a vision, he has a goal, he has a dream. You know, Trump is a businessman. He's a very smart, diligent businessman. So he definitely knows what he's doing. If Trump becomes the president of America, America would definitely be great again. You know, America, I'm sorry, it feels like the US has fallen. But with Trump, America will rise again. That is my belief. You know, all these illegal immigrants coming in, saying all sorts. All this rubbish, all these things will be erased out. I feel like Trump is gonna wipe out the old system. He's gonna cleanse the old system, and not so many people are happy about this. They're not happy that he wants to bring a change, because the corruption is what is putting food in their table. This corruption is putting food in some people's table. Corruption is what they rely on, and once Donald Trump comes to wipe out the old corruption, cleanse everywhere, they will not have anything to eat anymore, because they depend on that evil. They depend on that corruption. That is why they do not want him to win the election. Despite being convicted, people are still rooting for him. People still want Donald Trump to win. I reacted to a video earlier about where there was a standing ovation for Trump despite being convicted. Now tell me, what does that mean? That means that no matter what, people are definitely going to be rooting for Trump. I saw what someone said, even if he has to crawl on broken grass, even if he has to walk, even if he has to crawl on broken glass, he would still vote for Trump. Even if you have to walk through fire, you will still vote for Trump. The suffering is enough. It is time for it to come to an end. What are your takes on this? Drop a comment down below. Even Elon Musk supporting Trump is a big deal for me. It's a lot, because you know he owns X, yeah, and in doing all of this, I'm sure the Democrats would delete their X accounts. Pathetic. What are your thoughts on this? Drop a comment down below. I would really love to hear your comments. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, give it a huge thumbs up. Please share this video, and if you're new to the channel, join VeraCity. Hit the subscribe button below, turn on the post notification bell so that you can always be the first person to know whenever a new video drops. And that's, guys, I'll see you in my next video. Bye guys.